What's up, everyone? I'm Aaron, and this is Talking Points. So what's up, everyone, and welcome back to another fact-filled episode of Talking Points. Again, I'm your main man, Aaron. This is the Talk Cave, so welcome aboard. On today's episode, I'll be going over what's been going on here on the channel. Following that, I'll talk about the big news for the team involving game day, as well as some subscriber news. You know, it's a big milestone for us, and I'll be glad to let you know what that is. And I'll also be discussing this week's Mobile Game Madness Game of the Week, which this game right now, I'll tell you, is well worth getting. So make sure you stay tuned to find out what it is and whether or not it's worth playing. Well, I already told you it's worth playing, so make sure you stay tuned. And following that, we'll have the namesake of our wonderful show here, the Talking Points. Last week's Talking Point versus this week's Talking Point. Let's see which one people answer more with. So now that you know what's going on with what's going on this episode, let's get to talking. So we started last week, you know, with our video recap. We'll go ahead and say we started last week with Josh and myself trying to fix our beloved top tower. Of course, that ended with us pretty much saying, well, forget it, and going back to work and finishing what we already started. I mean, we really tried to get some stuff corrected on there because we made a not a technical error, but you know, a construction error somewhere down the line. But in the long run, we were like, fuck it, it still looks good to me. It's finally starting to take its form. Still got a long ways to go because it's a huge fucking project. And now we've just got to plan out each floor, build it from scratch, and get this thing finished. Once we get this finished, who knows what we'll start next. Next, Josh unboxed his collector's edition of Halo 5. He showed the fans what came with that edition, but soon followed it up with a lot of gameplay from Halo 5. Josh really seems to be enjoying everything that goes on with Halo 5. I mean, all I've heard all week long is, dude, this game is so fucking rad, or dude, this game is awesome. Finally, we unveiled our official replacement for Pokemon Leaf Green with ToC Plays Legends of Zelda. So far, Josh has been giving me a lot of pointers on how to play Legends of Zelda. I'm truly just very rusty at that game. I thought I could handle it, but it's been so long since I played. So other than that, we're going to be playing all the way through. Just get through this game and give you some guides and maybe some help to figure out where to find everything. So make sure you stay tuned to that. Next, we unveiled our new Game Talk Live episode, which usually we play Final Fantasy VII, but due to Tanker Blam, we can't play that anymore. We aired that Monday live, and we released the video Thursday, which is, you know, for our live Let's Play of Super Mario RPG. We're having a blast playing it, and hope you enjoy it we hope you enjoy it as much as we hope to play this thing all the way through without any issues from Tanker Blam. She seems to like messing with us a lot. I mean, today, yesterday, all that for me. Yeah, I'm still having issues with her. We had her a lot in the studio last week. So anyway, getting back to it, on Friday we released a video of Josh and me playing a bunch of Flash games. We really had fun doing that. I mean, we went to Congregate, played a few games on there. And we're calling that series the Variety Flash Pack. So make sure you check it out. We might do that every once in a while, so it's not only a reoccurring series, but it's going to pop up every now and then. And finally, we ended the week with me playing as everyone's favorite smartass Blue Hedgehog. Everyone knows Sonic. I played the original Sonic. Make sure you tune in and see how well I did. So now that we've finished talking about last week's videos, let's talk about what we've got coming up. Starting Saturday at 11 a.m., Team ToC, which is Josh and myself, will be playing in a 24-hour live stream for extralife.org. Make sure you go to our YouTube page where we'll be doing, or if you have the YouTube gaming app, make sure you tune into ToC on there. and watch Josh and me, both live, taking on a slew of games from our childhood and some from our adulthood. We're doing all this for MUSC Children's Hospital, which is part of the Children's Miracle Network. We're asking you, the viewers, to help us raise money so that we can help this awesome hospital treat and maybe even find cures for some of the ailments and diseases that are affecting today's youth. I'm going to tell you right now, we've done a lot of pre-recording for some intros, outros, stuff like that, and it's been, I mean, just tune in to see. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but there are going to be some tearjerker moments there probably. So make sure you check out the Facebook page, Twitter page, mine and Josh's Twitter pages. God, I sound like I'm Norwegian. And as well as right here on the channel for how to help out our cause. Well, that concludes that for game day, but on to the other team news I had for you, which is Josh and me would like to say thank you to all of you who have helped us gain the 250 subscriber mark. I'm actually going to throw this out there. My personal goal is to get this channel all the way up to 300 or more subscribers by 11:59 of December 31st. So if you can help us do that by spreading the word of what ToC is and how much fun it is, do it. So now let's move on to this week's Mobile Game Madness Game of the Week. This week's Mobile Game Madness Game of the Week is Alien Hive by App Explorer. In Alien Hive, you are tasked with matching 3 or more of a certain material or element. If you've ever played any matching game like Candy Crush or anything like that, that's kind of what it's like. To evolve either, and you do all this to evolve either a plant or animal cell, or combine to make a large crystal, which you can use to continue moving throughout the game, in order to evolve your alien species to its final form. The game is fun, but it can become challenging at times, especially when you start running low on moves. Although it's challenging, this does add to the fun for it, because, I mean, it's not one of those games where it's like Candy Crush where you have to beg friends for stuff. No, you can continue playing even without having to beg friends. Or pay lots of money. I mean, it's one of those games you can continue to play till you run out of energy, which is kind of normal for puzzle games anymore. But, the difficulty on it really doesn't impede the gameplay. The game itself has a lot of replayability as well, with tasking you to unlock many species of alien that even makes, and there's even some big hints of some big screen aliens on there. Including, if you can see her behind me, Her Majesty herself, the Alien Queen, or the Xenomorph. So, with all that being said, I can't find anything wrong with this game. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's challenging. It doesn't bore me to death like some other games I've played. And it doesn't require you to spend, shit tons of money just to upgrade the game. So, I mean, with that being said, this game deserves every bit of a 5 out of 5 rating. Of course, that's kind of a rarity from me, because I'm very critical of games. 4 may be the highest thing I give, but a 5? Yeah, you definitely want to place in my heart if you've gotten a 5. So, if you want to check this game out, which I encourage you to do so, you can find it either on the Google Play Store or in the Apple App Store. So make sure you go and check it out. Again, it's Alien Hive by App Explorer. And you can find it by looking for the icon, which should have popped up somewhere in one of these corners here. I can't remember which one it always pops up in. So now we'll move on to everyone's favorite segment, which is, well, not the ending, but the talking points. So last week, I asked you, the viewers, to tell me which video game weapon would you like to have in your possession. This gave us a lot of answers from a lot of different fans, even some new fans. And most of our answers come from the Facebook page or from the Facebook post, and I usually share it on my personal wall, so I also get a lot of viewers who are, started following me on Facebook, who are answering right away. So our first answer comes from Joey, who says, easy, Buster Sword. Of course, the Buster Sword being from Final Fantasy VII. Great weapon choice. Next we have Taylor, who says keyblades or lightsabers. I got into a conversation with her after she posted this, and I said, what about key lightsabers or lightsaber keys? She thought it was a cool idea. Jen writes, the fire ship from Age of Empires 2, or the blue and white cheat code card that you could get. That thing takes out everything single-handedly. or the Venom Chemical Sprayer from Command and Conquer Renegade, simply because it was really cool. You seem to like destroying a lot of stuff there, Jen. Do we need to get you some help there? Anyway, Valony writes, the Fire Flower from Mario, because you can have your hands free for more weapons, or just make a sandwich and spit spit one out, and the enemies, they'll go flying out of your way. I like the way you think, Valony. By the way, this is Valony's first time posting, so that's your first shout out there, Valony. Keep answering and you'll get more. Alex writes, Sephiroth's Masamune. I guess I'm saying that right. I've always been horrible with Japanese. He also says he always wanted to go ham with that sword. So I want to give a great shout out to all the fans that answered this week's talking points. It really helps us grow as a channel when I can interact with you. So this is why we're doing this. So, or last week's talking points, not this week's. And as far as team answers go, I said the Gunblade from Final Fantasy VIII in last week's video. I think I said one more thing, but I can't remember. And Josh says Cloud's Buster Sword, Mega Man X's X-Buster, with the Maverick powers, of course, and the Chicago Typewriter from RE4. RE4 being Resident Evil 4. So, yeah, Josh has got a lot of weapons he'd like to choose from. Me, I like the Gunblade, so... I think I also like Vincent Valentine from Seven's Revolver, so... Anyway, now that we got that out of the way, let's move on to this week's talking point, which is, what is your favorite RPG character class? For me, it's the Barbarian or the Tank character class. For instance, if you play any of these RPGs, video game or tabletop, the Barbarian usually has a very close range, up close and personal attitude. That's what I like to play. I mean, I like to be right there in the midst of battle, knocking heads off with one blow. If you want to tell us what your answer is and have us read it to you next week, comment below. Go on the Facebook page. Answer on Twitter. We'll be glad to read those out for you on next week's episode, of course. Well, now we have reached the end of today's episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Check out our extralife.org accounts. This is the last week I'll be saying that in an episode. So make sure you help us by donating to our cause, MUSC Children's Hospital. You can also, mine and Josh's accounts will be linked on that, as well as the team account, which I think all of the links should be in the description below. Also, share us with your friends. We're shareable. We're lovable guys. We don't care. So anyway, until next time, again, I'm the big man Aaron, and always remember to keep on talking.